everybody, welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about ways to bolster your craft during the quarantine. So quarantine has been affecting us in a lot of different ways, and with the states threatening to go back under lockdown, now is a really good time to hone in on your craft if you haven't started already. So here are a few tips. So one of the first things that you can do is get some type of instruction or lessons from something like masterclass. So if you haven't heard of master classes, these are classes taught by television and film professionals and really professionals in different industries that teach you in-depth knowledge for television writing, for gardening, for photography, fashion, whatever. But it's a great and inexpensive way to really learn the craft of television writing. There are writing lessons from Shonda Rhimes, Aaron Sorkin, Martin Scorsese, Spike Lee, just a ton of different television writers that offer free, well, not free, but offer really great and in-depth advice on writing your television pilots, setting up your television show, and just kind of the craft of television writing in general. And it's catered to people like me and you who don't want to come out of pocket and spend a ton of money, but still want to get that first class instruction by some of the writers who actually are doing it and have been doing it for years. You get so much information that is really invaluable and things that you would pay, 4 or 5 times as much to get at a local college or university. The second thing is writing in television means you have to watch television. So this is a great time while we are on lockdown to watch any and everything. Binge your favorite movies, your TV shows. Figure out what type of genre you really like. Is it drama? Is it anime? Is it comedy? What type of comedy? What type of drama? And really there's no better excuse for having Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, Quibi, cable, whatever your outlet is. There's no better time to sit and really just watch anything that you want to watch, and really, get familiar with the type of shows that you would want to work on or that you would want to write for. And then while you're watching TV, subsequently read the scripts for the shows. So almost every television show has a script, a pilot episode script online somewhere for free that you can access. And on top of it, it's a really good way to learn about the writers in general. The business of writing, what goes into it. Like a lot of these television shows at the end, especially with like HBO shows, Showtime shows, like the larger dramas, they'll have a behind the scenes or inside the writer's room look at the end of the episode where the writer is kind of giving their commentary about what went into writing the episode or what types of discussions they had in the writer's room when they crafted the show. So I think that in itself, learning how the writer thinks, is extraordinary. So speaking of getting to know writers, immerse yourself in podcasts, get any type of newsletter that might give you insight into different events or different workshops, online of course, because we're all virtual, that are going on. YouTube has so many free conversations that you can tap into. So for example, Film Independent, Film Courage, both are really good resources on YouTube and just in general. Both are really good resources where you can find out the craft of screenwriting, learning what goes into it, learning about the people who are behind it, the interviews, the stories. There are a lot of podcasts that focus on interviews with writers. Third and Fairfax is a good one for the WGA West. On Writing is one for the WGA East. Script Notes is another one, and Black Film Space are kind of the top 4 that I listen to and I follow, and all of them just provide really good insight. The next thing is you can really take this time to flesh out whatever you're working on. Think about your life, think about what's going on in the world, think about how you're being affected by what's happening. Do you think that you have a good story to tell? Is there something that has been like burning in the back of your mind forever? That is the type of show that you should be working on. Take this time to really outline it, flesh it out, come up with some ideas, pitch it with your friends, this is a really good time to cultivate your own story. This is a good time for you to come out and just be like, hey, this is what I'm working on, and just go full throttle with it. And then the last thing is start a virtual writing group. Send your ideas, your summaries, your outlines, your beat sheets, your full scripts, send them to friends. Meet once a week or twice a week or however often you can, and really get feedback for what you're working on. I think writers groups have really significantly helped me out here. Before I even started working in the industry, I was just meeting with 5 or 6 people at least once a week. for at least a year. For some reason, you're in an area where you're very isolated, or you don't really have any peers that you feel like you can trust with your work, because that's a real thing. You can just sign up for script coverage. Just do a little research online, see if there are any ones local to you. Most of them are online, so you'll just be able to send your work in, and a professional writer will get back to you. They'll read your scripts and they'll give you notes. The notes typically cover your structure, your pacing, your tone, whether or not the idea is viable, whether or not it can be sold. And you can get for a relatively inexpensive fee. And what have I been doing during this time? Honestly, I have been writing. Writing. I've been getting notes back from my managers. I have been writing a lot of stuff, because at the end of the day, these are all resources I'm offering you guys, but you have to do the work. Anyway, y'all, that's all I got for you. And just remember, if you are going from home to Hollywood, you got this. And I will talk to y'all later.